Hello everyone, this is going to be our Audacity tutorial. Audacity is a very useful program for readying your audio for Mr. N to put it together into our final assignments. For this example, I'm going to be using Earth Dance. So what you want to do first is download the backing track and then drag and drop it into Audacity. That'll put all the audio right there into the first track. Now, you can't just record over this first track, so you need to go to Tracks, Add New. You can do a mono track, but you should do stereo. Stereo will play in both headphones rather than just one. So it has a left and right audio. That's not important. Don't worry about that. This is the track that you're going to be recording in. So you want to click at the beginning, and then all you have to do right now is start recording. So I'm just going to record a little bit of this. This is a 129 to end of Earth Dance. And then I'll show you how to edit it together to make it nice and clean. So you click the record button up here just to start recording. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Now, for instance, I did not like that recording. I didn't think it was good. I screwed up a little bit. So all I have to do is hold Control, press Z. That'll undo what you just recorded, and you can record again. Hold on, let me put my neck strap on, and get ready for this. Okay, I'm pretty proud of that recording. Not gonna lie, I think it sounded pretty good. So, what I'm gonna do first is, because I'm using wireless headphones, my sound is not exactly synced up. So what I'm gonna want to do is just delete the beginning segment. You can see this little blip in the sound. That was me moving my microphone, because it wasn't in the right place to record my instrument. So I'm just gonna press delete or backspace. Either of them works. And now you might want to zoom in by holding Control and scrolling up, in case you didn't know. That's a little too zoomed in. I can zoom out, scroll down with Control. And you just want to go to the Move tool up here. It's right. This is the Select tool. This is what you want to have. This is the default. And so right down here, this is the Select tool. It's the two arrows. And so, no, that's not the Select tool, the Move tool. You can move things left to right with this and line them up. Now, in order to play it, you go back to the Select tool, click somewhere in the track, and then just press the green play button up here. Okay, so that was nowhere near synced up. It looks like right here is where I should start playing, so I'm going to move this to there. And it looks like that's where the first note is. Now, once I'm synced up, there's still a few problems that I want to deal with. Let's check if that's synced. Okay, so that seems like it's pretty synced up. But when you look at my notes, you can notice that some of them, like this one right here, is way too big. It's too loud. It's what you want. This is a good example of what your notes should look like, at least if you're a lower instrument. Higher instruments, I'm not exactly sure what they should look like, but you should make it look about halfway from the middle to the top is where the peaks of it should be. So this is a good size of the note to have. Now these notes are a little way too small. So what I want to do to fix that is I can go to Effect, Amplify, and then I can amplify it by, I'm just going to say 6 or so decibels. The decibel, this is not an exact science. You can change it again once it's done. So that wasn't enough. So what I'm going to want to do is amplify it again. It's by about like maybe 2. That looks good. Now they're about the same volume. So when we listen to that, sounds good. Now this one is way too big. It's way too loud. So what I can do is highlight that. This is all with the select tool. Go to Effect, Amplify, and we can drag this to the left to make it negative. That'll make it softer. That'll make it a softer sound. That looks like it should be about good. Let's listen to that. Okay, so that sounds fine, but the notes after it are a little too small. Let's make those bigger. Effect, Amplify. You usually don't have to change this number. I do just for safety in case it goes a little too far. That looks pretty good. I might want to make this last note a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. So all of these notes toward the end are pretty good. These first notes are nowhere near good. So let's amplify those. Okay. Those are a little too big toward the end, so let's amplify them down a little bit. And there we go. These all look like they should be good volumes. This all happens because a bass clarinet is very long and local in its sound. So when I'm playing a note high up on the instrument, it's going to be closer to the microphone and much louder. But when I'm playing it further down, lower notes on the instrument, they're quieter because they're so much further away from the microphone. Except for my low E, because that goes out through the bell and it makes it really loud, but that's the only exception. It'll affect it on any instrument, except a brass instrument. Brass instruments are one long tube, so the volume on each note is pretty much the same, but on woodwinds, it's very local because the sound actually comes out through the holes rather than the bell itself. Okay, so once I've got this sound sorted out, one last thing that I want to get rid of is where I was talking at the end. All I have to do is highlight that, press delete. It should be good. Let's listen to that just to make sure it's good. Okay, so this is not my complete recording. If I were actually recording this, I would click after this and click record, finish the piece. But let's say I'm finished. What you want to do is zoom out until you can see the whole backing track, highlight the whole thing, and press delete. Because you don't want to hear the backing track in your recording. Now, you can leave your actual recording in the second track alone, because that is synced up with the backing track. If everybody syncs theirs up with the backing track, Mr. Wren can all put them together. They should be completely synced up together. So, once you've got that, you've deleted the first track. Go into File, Export, and I usually export as an MP3, but that requires an extra add-on that's annoying to download. So you can just do as a WAV, Windows Audio Visual file, I believe that's what it stands for. You can just export that. I have a band recordings folder. You can name it whatever you want. You click Save. Just OK. That's just some extra labeling details, and it should be done. And that's how you use Audacity. It's a pretty simple program. Of course, there's a lot more you can do with it. It's like just click this effect button. There's so much you can do with your sound. But this is all just simple stuff that should make your recording sound all that much better. Okay, good luck, and have a great time recording.